Alright, and now we are on to our final champion in our Champions of the Ladder series. I'm Agent Jaybird, and today we're going to jump into using Cynthia's team. Now, in order to fully capture the essence of Cynthia, we are going for Mega Garchomp, mixed set, favoring special attacking. Then, I'm going for a defensive Milotic with Flame Orb, Choice Scarf Togekiss with Trick, Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, and Flamethrower, Life Orb, Swords Dance Lucario, defensive Gastrodon, and Assault Vest Electros for some Volt Switch momentum, as well as an answer to Seismitoad and the other Water Absorb Bonds on the ladder. Now, I'm anticipating some success with this team because we have a nice Fire Dragon Steel Core in Lucario, Togekiss, and Mega Garchomp, as well as some really bulky Pokemon in Gastrodon, Milotic. Now, unfortunately, because Cynthia doesn't have too many rockers, we're going to have to use Mega Garchomp. Alright, so with what our opponent has, our best lead is actually Electros. Now, we have a perfect switch in for Greninja. So what we're going to do is Volt Switch. Now, they go exactly what we want them to. So if we can take care of this Mega Swampert, they're switching around, but we have coverage to hit their team. So we hit them with the Flamethrower. Good. So now, we're going to Volt Switch, Tornadus, 375. We outspeed it with Togekiss. So what I'm actually going to do here, go into Togekiss and Trick. Alright, so to go for the U-turn, now we have Tornadus locked in. We have its Rocky Helmet. So go into Pelipper. Now, I actually want to get damage on this thing. I guess I'm not going to get that. That's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay in if they go into Swampert. Alright, so now we have the Swampert in. I don't want to risk any damage on anything on my team, so I'm just going to go straight for the Air Slash. Okay, now I'm at Dazzling Gleam. Good. So now we go Electros, Giga Drain. We have to Levitate, so Earthquake isn't going to affect us. Perfect. Alright, so now they have Greninja in. This thing is a big problem. But we also have Milotic and Gastrodon. I'm anticipating him to go for a water move, but this is our best switch in. Our best bet is to not. Perfect. So from here, go with the Electros. It is expendable, and Volt Switch out. He should know that we're going to Flamethrower, but we can keep this thing as a sack to pivot in on either Greninja or the Ferrothorn later on if we need to. Volt Switch out. And from here we can do one of two things. We can go into Garchomp, or we can go into Milotic. I'm going to go Garchomp because Garchomp doesn't need its HP as much. Knocks off. He knows that we're Mega now, but from here, I'm actually gonna Fire Blast. Good. So, you can go Dracovish, you can go Greninja, or Pelipper. But if he goes Pelipper, we drop a Draco. We can switch out and waste the rain turns. Goes Dracovish, we go Gastrodon. Perfect. And we can predict the switch into anything they bring in. Throw the Toxic off. Gets the Tornadus. And we're gonna recover. And throw another Toxic off. On the switch, goes into Pelipper. So this thing might go for... Okay, you go for U-turn. Now what they're doing is letting their team get really low. You go into Dracovish. From here I'm actually going to go back into Gastrodon. Okay, and we can start throwing off damage onto their team. So we're in the rain. And they don't want to take... Perfect. So we can recover on the Pelipper. We can also recover... They go into Greninja. We're going to stack Electros here. So go for Dark Pulse. Greninja versus Lucario. Now Dark Pulse in fact gives us a boost, but at this point, if we get to +2, we kill his whole team. So what we're gonna do, go straight to Lucario, and we're just gonna throw off a Meteor Mash. He can Dark Pulse. Great. So now, if we get to +3, Extreme Speed is doing a lot of damage. You get the attack raise here. I'm gonna throw off another Meteor Mash. Gets the burn on us. That's okay. Good. So now we have Pelipper gone, and at this point we can go into Milotic. Now, Dracovish versus Milotic. We take anything they can throw at us. And then we throw off a Toxic. And we take this one. So we're going to go to looking for our second win now. Alright. Interesting team. We need rocks up against the Frostmoth. Leading Lucario is not bad. It makes Grimmsnarl not able to get the hazards it wants. So we're gonna go straight for Meteor Mash. If he Thunder Waves us, it's not the biggest thing in the world. Perfect. And we get the attack raise, which is really interesting. So we're at +1 versus a Grimmsnarl with Reflect Up. We have a chance to kill with Extreme Speed. But what I'm going to do is go into Gastrodon. This is even better for us. We're going to throw off Toxic. I don't anticipate him to be sub. He's probably going to be DD. That's perfectly fine. So now we can recover. This is all we need the Gyarados for. Goes into Frostmoth. So we have Gastrodon versus Frostmoth. Now we don't really do well against that. What the Electros does. Let's go into Electros. And we're going to throw off some flamethrowers. with us going for flamethrower, it also means that we can't lose to a possible even better. Alright, go back into Gastrodon. And now we throw off another toxic. Okay. Now from here, there's no way that they go for a Thunder Wave, so we go into Milotic. So Milotic now can wall the Gyarados, and we can out-stall the Frostmoth with Haze. So we recover. Actually, our best bet might be to just go straight into Togekiss. And even with Reflect Up, even with Reflect Up and +1 Spadef, we still could do good damage with Flamethrower. And if we lock him into, if we lock him into Ice Beam, even better. We lock him into this, and his only switch-ins. Okay, so we can go for Flamethrower. So we have Heavy Dew Boots as well, which is really good for us. And what we're going to do here is go straight into our Milotic. Recover up. Waste those last bit of screens. Okay. And again, go for Giga Drain. So from here, what I want to do is go into Electros. They go for Ancient Power. Okay. And I'm gonna knock off its leftovers. Volt Switch out into our Lucario. Even better. Now Lucario can kill this with one hit. But what I actually want to do is go Lucario and Sword Stance up. Okay. Sword Stance up again. And I believe we win with extreme speed. Okay. Meteor Mash. Right now we're +4. Okay. +4, 306 speed. We have Togedemaru. Now this thing can very easily do big damage to us, but we're gonna throw off a close combat. Okay. Togedemaru is down to its 30. Nuzzle, U-turn, Iron Head. Go into this. Get up Stealth Rock. Okay. Flinches us, which is a bit of an issue, but their best bet here is to go Frostmoth. Now, Garchomp is not as necessary. Even better. So, here I'm actually going to drop a trade. Garchomp versus Gyarados. So it stops him from setting up in front of us. I'm just going to I'm just gonna Earthquake. Force him to take that rough skin damage. Now again, we have Gastrodon on the back. Okay. So he's taking 18 on the next. We're gonna keep Electros in the back. And Togekiss is not. Yeah, Togekiss we need to keep as well. And from here, we just recover. Okay, and finally, one more recover. Frostmoth doesn't have a move to touch us. Siglif is going to be an issue. So they flinch us on the waterfall, which can be a big deal. Now they definitely Magic Arv on the Siglif. Our best bet here, yep, that's fine. Because from here, we Volt Switch, goes into Siglif. Now, Siglif versus Togekiss. Dazzling Gleam does good damage. Okay, so we know that they are not one of the orbs. So what we're going to do is just go for Dazzling Gleam. So we kill the Siglif, and Frostmoth should not be an issue. So we're actually going to let it take us here. If it goes for Giga Drain, we beat it. Okay, perfect. So it goes for Dazzling Gleam, which means that we kill it with Eelektross next turn. Okay, go for Flamethrower. And that's win number 2. Going for 3 more. Gonna finish this off strong. This is a very scary team. Mega Medicham, Darmanitan, Galarian, Darmanitan, Landorus, Zapdos, Bisharp. Now we're gonna have to use Gastrodon for a lot here. Milotic as well. So, the thing, yeah, we're gonna leave Milotic. Recover on Darmanitan. What this does is it forces our orb, guarantees we're full HP when whatever comes in next, which is probably going to be Zapdos, yeah. So our best bet on Zapdos is actually to go Eelektross. Because they don't have a ground type other than Landorus, I'm going to throw off a knockoff. Gets the item off Landorus. So we figure out that it's a Z move. So from here, go Milotic. Go into Milotic. So they're gonna go for that. Milotic versus Landorus. T offensive Z move. Alright, so to stop them from doing anything shenanigans. Good. Now we're gonna throw off a Scald. So we know he's double dance with Rock Polish, Torque Dance. Most likely Fly MZ. We can still take one, so it's not the biggest thing in the world. Throwing off a Scald here gives us the chance for a Scald Burn, but the thing that we really, yeah. So now what I want to do is I want to force the Z move. On Garchomp. Okay. So now we have the Z move out of the way. Gonna Scald here. Good. So we can actually recover on nothing. But we don't need this thing as much anymore because we have Gastrodon in the back, puts less pressure on Milotic. Goes Medicham, he's probably just gonna fake out. So what we can do is go into this. Yep. With Togekiss on Medicham. And we actually want to Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam hits 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly 5. And we Oko. Alright. So now we have Galarian, Darmanitan in. We're gonna Cycle off Milotic. Goes for U-turn. So what we have to be afraid of is Greninja getting its Z move. I mean, getting its Battle Bond off. So with the Mew turning out, the only thing that we have to be afraid of is Greninja. We don't want it to get Battle Bond. And because their ground type is gone, we can go into Electros and Volt Switch. We go into Zapdos, which is very good for us. Gonna go into this, throw off Toxic. I anticipate them to be Hidden Power Ice, not Hidden Power Grass. But if we have the Toxic off on this, we beat it 1v1. Get the Greninja in. Go back to Electros. Okay, they go for Dark Pulse. The Zapdos is still really low. Okay. Now, Zapdos versus Togekiss. Now what I want to do here is trap it. If I can trap the Zapdos into an item, which is Choice Scarf, we can force it to be completely walled by Gastrodon or Electros. And if we force into a Roost right now, because of the fact that it's low, it's most likely Rocky Helmet. And it's looking like Lucario is going to be our endgame with the prior damage on Greninja. Perfect. So now we have it locked into Discharge. Go straight into Gastrodon, and we can throw it off. Ooh, they go Darmanitan. So Darmanitan, Choice Scarf versus Gastrodon. And we can actually kill it with Earth Power. Okay. So, sack that. That's the second time during this thing that I've calced the wrong one. But from here, we can go into Lucario, guarantee a kill with Meteor Mash. Alright, so he's Choice locked in. Okay, recover. Alright, now we have Bisharp versus Gastrodon. Kill. Press power kills 37.5% of the time, but we'll take that as all the time. We still have Electros at a good amount of health to take on Greninja. Darmanitan, as long as we don't get flinched, we can take one, and we also take one with Lucario. Okay, they go into Greninja here again. Going to Darmanitan. Going to Gastrodon. And we don't need this for anything except for Darmanitan. Okay, we get the prior off. And now we're going to go for another power in case they miss. Lucario. And Lucario against Zapdos. We got 2+2. And what about Darmanitan, Galarian? Is we can kill it with extreme speed, so we're... And finally, let's see. Greninja. Yeah. So our best bet, go into this. Lucario versus Zapdos. We can take one hit from this. So I'm just going to go straight for the Meteor Mash. And we get the +3. Now, with Meteor Mash, we did 38%. So that's looking about right. So when we get to +3, kill with extreme speed. Okay? And we kill Galarian Darmanitan with it. The biggest issue is Greninja, but extreme speed has higher priority. So at this point, Lucario wins. We have been on fire with these Meteor Mash boosts. Okay, so finish with extreme speed. And finish with extreme speed on Darmanitan. And that's gonna be GG. So now we need 2 more wins. Okay. Alright, so we have a Volcarona that most likely... Ooh, Rocks is definitely good against this team. Electros as well is going to be very nice. Terrakion as a lead is an issue, so I'm actually going to lead Gastrodon, as it's not going to have much of a use for us. So, Gastrodon versus Beedrill. He's probably just going to U-turn out into the Ferrothorn, but I'm going to throw off a Scald and hopefully get the burn on Pharaoh. Yep. Let's see. We get a crit and the burn. Even better. So, from here we can go into Togekiss, throw off a Flamethrower. Nothing really wants to come in on it that we can't switch in on. You go to Volcarona, which is really interesting, because on Volcarona, we go straight to Electros. So, Volcarona versus Electros. So we're gonna Volt Switch. They have Terrak. So Terrakion versus Gastrodon. So if he's Choice Band, he has a chance to kill us, but not after leftovers. So from here, we can actually throw off a Earth Power. Goes for Power Whip. We can go back into Togekiss. And from here, we're actually going to Trick. Gets the... Okay, kill Ferrothorn, which means we have a better matchup now. They go into Greninja. Okay, so they're Protean, which is very good for us. So what we're going to do, Volt Switch out. No matter what comes in, Volt Switch gets us momentum. Even better, Mandibuzz. Now, Mandibuzz versus Lucario. No, doesn't get us what we need. But Garchomp. Garchomp can get us Rocks. It's going to Stealth Rock up. They do the Foul Play, and they get hurt by Rocky Helmet. So I'm going to drop a Draco. Okay. They get off the rocks for us, which is even better. And now we can go into Lucario. Mandibuzz, Lucario. So I'm going to Meteor Mash. Predict the Foul Play. They go for U-turn, which is even better for us. So go into Volcarona. Now, Volcarona, we're a little weak to right now. So we need to make sure this thing does not set up. So we're just gonna go for close combat. They get the burn. So what we're gonna do, go straight guard shot. And from here, Mandibles is low. So we're gonna throw off an earthquake. Good. Now what they can go here for. Okay, so we're gonna throw off another earthquake. What we want to do is see if Electros can take a +1. The issue is we know he has Roost, but okay. So we know that this thing is expendable. They're gonna Roost, and now Gastrodon versus Volcarona. They do big damage to us, but we need to. We get the crit. Perfect. So that's what we needed to take that thing out, and at this point Gastrodon does really well against this team. We're going to, yeah, take that, recover. Alright, let's go for the Scald here. This thing isn't as necessary as we need it. It's fine. Okay. Ice Beam, U-turn, Dark Pulse. So, we go Milotic, and we're just gonna go for Scald. Threatens everything out. Perfect. So we're gonna put the Toxic up. Scald. Recover. Alright, so now Milotic on Beedrill. We take everything from this, so we're just gonna throw off Scald. Then recover. Okay, they have Track. Okay. Our biggest threat is if this thing sets up on us. Okay. Now, from here, we're going to sack Togekiss. Go back into Milotic. Recover. Toxic. Okay. And now we recover. Okay. And we win. So now we're going to be looking for one more. Leading Gastrodon here is really good because it threatens out Slowbro, Rotom, Magearna, Mamo, and Heatran. Yeah. So what we're going to do here, just straight Earth Power. They go into Umbreon. On Umbreon, we can go into Lucario. Alright. And we actually outspeed a lot of their team. So we're just going to throw off Meteor Mash. Just to see what we're dealing with. Now, this can do one or two things. It decides to just teleport. Alright, so we did 14 with Meteor Mash, and we know that this is fully defensive. We know that it's not Mega, which is actually really good for us, because it means that we can actually crit this thing if we need to. But it looks like Electros is going to be able to do well against this. Okay. So, this might be... I'm anticipating actually Grassium Z. Alright. Go to that. Boop. Alright. Now let's throw off a Toxic. Get the Umbreon. That's perfectly fine. Because now we can go into Electros. Volt switch out. Okay. Go to Magearna. And from here, I want to go into Gastrodon. and double into guard jump. Alright, so we know it's defog. It might... Let's go into Gastrodon. Then we double back into Togekiss. Okay, so they have my Gear 9. I'm gonna trick this thing. It could entirely be Z move. Okay, so it's Assault Vest. Even better. Alright, so here we go, my Melodic. And we're gonna throw off Toxic, anticipating the... Okay. So now this is gonna go for Thunder move. Or Flare Cannon. Goes for Aura Sphere. The rest of the team... Okay. I'm just gonna go for Fire Blast. Perfect. And... gonna go for another one. So, Garchomp versus Rotom, Wash. Okay, we don't do enough yet. Go back into the Gastrodon and throw off the Toxic here. And don't anticipate them. I feel like we've moved around enough to where we condition them to think that we're gonna double. They go Megear now. So they're gonna go for Aura Sphere here, so we're just gonna Earth Power. Alright. So they're just trying to wear us down a bit. Go into Electros. Right. Now, I'm gonna knock off. Even better. So we knock off the Mamoswine. Mamoswine. No item versus Electros. So Ice Cold Crash does a lot, Ice Shard does a lot, Earthquake. So we're gonna go in Milotic, and from here we're just gonna throw off a Scald. Right, we're gonna recover here on the potential Volt Switch. Okay, so I'm gonna go for Flare Cannon. We can recover again. Alright. So from here, we have a very good management of what's going on, so we can throw off a Toxic. Okay. And there's nothing that this thing can do to threaten us, so we're actually just gonna Scald. I don't know why they went for Stealth Rock again. This thing does not get defog. Alright, so that was too easy of a win. We're gonna try again a competitive last one. But this is one that we have a much better chance with.